Oh, shit.
Fuck all these reality shows. Obi-Wan Kenobi is on Disney Plus.
Is it good? Do you like it?
3 episodes in, and it was all Darth Vader. I was like so excited, so happy.
Who's playing Darth Vader?
What's his name? The guy that played it in the movie, Kristen.
Oh, Adam Driver?
They brought up. No, that's not Darth Vader. That was the son, Luke.
Kylo Ren.
Christensen. What's his name?
Christensen? Hayden Christensen.
Yeah.
Oh, you like him?
Well, you don't see him. He's this
Yeah.
with James Earl Jones's voice. That's all
Okay,
I care about.
So not really acting. What's up, T? What you clapping about?
What you clapping for? I know I'm happy.
I'm singing in my head. Well, the stars are bright in the skies tonight, deep in the heart of Texas. Cause what's her name? That
Alyssa.
I was about to say something out of pocket. And I had to pull my face. Cause Alyssa is moving to Texas. Y'all motherfuckers can deal with her now. We're done.
I think this would be a very quick recap of
a very quick recap
of. Did you like it last night? Where are they now? Did you like the?
No, it was scripted. You didn't think it was scripted? It was stupid.
Well, they all kind of came together, and
Chris, whenever Alyssa said we should all get a house and just all hang out, the guys and the girls, you didn't think that was scripted?
Well, I mean, I think they set it up. Yes, that was set up. Yes, but I don't think whatever. It was just whatever. They wanted to have a nice little bow on it. Everybody's hunky dory now. Everybody's happy. Mark looks good. Mark the Shark looks like. I was like, go ahead, Mark. Mark was holding, and she's cute. The little girl. I was like, oh, go ahead, Mark. They were cute together.
Cool.
They were cute together, and I'm glad Alyssa got smoked by.
She did.
She got totally smoked by what's his name?
Ryan.
Did you watch it?
No, I told you. I texted you guys. I was like, I didn't watch it, and I refused to watch it. So fill me in. What happened? So all right, I saw the previews of her.
Mark the Shark lost 40 pounds.
No, Mark the Shark. Get. Yeah, we're done here. I want you to tell me about.
Let me run down what happened.
Go ahead and run it down.
Mark the Shark lost 40 pounds. Looks good. Went on a date with this cute little blonde that Steve hooked him up with. That made happen. They signed the divorce paper. Lindsay finally apologized to Mark, saying, I'm sorry you had to go hear all that shit I said about you in the bathroom. He accepted the apology. That's done. Then Steve and Noi, they had his nieces come over to see what it's like to have 3 kids. Now she's like, we only have 2. She's going to move in, and not in 6 months, but in 3 months now, after they get their apartment together. Boom. Alyssa came back, took Mark. They all went to this house. Took back, said to Chris, I'm sorry. You had to kind of go through whatever that I did. I hope we can be friends. Chris is like, that's all I really wanted. Chris brought Olivia from the previous season in New Orleans. Flew her up, and they can kind of, they may have a little thing going, which is nice. Chris looks good. I couldn't tell if his teeth were still fucked up, but whatever.
Yeah, his teeth are still fucked up, but he's the same.
Jasmina, still a bitch. Still a bitch. Still a bitch. You're still having fun. And she's still a bitch. First of all, Jasmina is delusional, saying, Michael, you didn't do anything. So they had to finally sit down. Michael broke it down to the fellas. Jeopardy came in from Boston.
Jeopardy, yes.
Who knew Elijah from 10 years ago. The 3 of them came and said, Michael's like, look, I got sick and tired of the bullshit that Jasmine was doing. So after the wedding, after the ceremony, I said, you know, what's the point of being nice to her or whatever, or not even, or reaching out?
Yeah, go ahead.
And Michael was like, you know, whatever. And then Jasmina comes back and is like, and then so they talked, and she's like, I don't appreciate you saying I didn't try, because I did. And he's like, he's just done. Thank goodness Michael's just done. But she is staunch in her stance that I really tried. You know, you didn't try at all after the ceremony. We said yes. She didn't want him in the first place. Never wanted him. Still don't want him. And still saying that she tried. Fuck that bitch. Excuse me. Michael's cool.
Yes.
Olajuwon, Katina's still overjoyed with Olajuwon. He seems like he's happy with her. They're living in an apartment, but they said they hang out too much with each other. They're such best friends.
Did she say that too? Because I know
they both said it.
They both
said I need to spend more time. Yeah, too much time together. You know, they're best friends or whatever. I wish I knew if they're fucking. I mean, I would imagine they would be, but they're like in love and this, that, and the other. So hey, whatever's clever with them. And who's the last one? Oh, and then Lindsay. Oh, so Alyssa brought dude from the Texas one, flew him up. The thing flew him up. They had a date. He's perfect for her. They had a nice date. She's all nervous. I think he's perfect for her because they're both conservative. They're both dicks. All that kind of stuff.
They're both trumpers. Right. They are trumpers, motherfucking lovers.
Right. They're perfect for each other. They go bowling. They have fun. She likes him. She finds out that Lindsay has been DMing him, and they've been talking, and they FaceTimed. Did you see that, Sheeta?
I missed that, obviously.
No. You stopped watching that after about an hour. Yeah. Lindsay been FaceTiming old dude in Texas, and Alyssa didn't know. That she knew him. He didn't tell her, I know Lindsay too. And we
shady as fuck.
Because they're both fucking shady as fuck. Mm-hmm. So she told him they had a second date, and she's like, you know, I think it's disrespectful that you didn't tell me that you're friends with Lindsay, and you know, I don't want you to come to the house anymore. And you know, he's like, I haven't DM. I mean, I DM'd a little bit. She's like, well, supposedly you FaceTime, and Lindsay has a big mouth, so and-so. So that's over with. And they all go to the house, and Alyssa apologizes to Chris, and everybody, and Lindsay went to Steve and was like, hey, I'm sorry for calling you whatever, this, that, and the other. And he's like, well, you got to prove that shit to me. I still don't like Noi. Noi's annoying, and still, like, she still doesn't want to move in the house. It's just weird.
That was weird.
Just weird.
That's very weird.
And that's it. And then everybody in a nice bow, and everybody was like, and Jasmine is dating someone cuter or just talking to people. Fuck her.
She's like, but no one she's actually went out on a date with. She's just talking to people. So that means nothing.
And are they cute? Yeah, of course they're cute.
Nobody's dealing with her ass on the regular in person. But I think that the only reason Alyssa kind of lost her shit on Ryan the way she did is because before then, he was really kind of dropping hints that he was not into her. Because remember, he said, you know, well, he was asking her about, how does she feel about jumping out there again? And they're on their first date, but he made it sound like they were just friends. She made it sound like it was a date. And I don't think he was on the same page because he's shady.
They're all fucking shady. So can we say goodbye? Can we just say goodbye to that whole thing?
Because I didn't watch a fucking second of that shit.
It was
cool. Let's just wave bye-bye to that. And here's our background of 90 Day Fiance. So
Mark looks good, though. I gotta say, I'm proud of Mark.
He does look good.
Mark's, you can see he stepped up into his man. And he said to Lindsay, you know, you really taught me a lot. And she kind of did. She kind of like challenged his ass. And now he's like, Olajuwon took him clothes shopping for his date. I was like, go ahead, Mark. Mark looks good.
Anyway. I did not like him in my sneakers, though. Those are the same sneakers I have, and I just didn't like them on him.
He had no laces, too, the Converse.
Mm-hmm. But they're leather. They're leather. They look cute on me. Here's
my take on the whole sneakers and suit thing. I just don't. I'm old school because
Only certain people can get away with that.
I don't like a man to put a suit on. Number one, I'm not into the whole tight suit shit, and I'm not into the whole you want to wear a suit with a crisp shirt and put some sneakers on, with regardless if they're Chucks or not. I love my Chucks, but I don't want to see a man coming at me with a full-on suit and Chucks and sneakers. Period.
Let me ask you this: we've done 2 seasons together, right? The three of us have done 2 seasons together.
Yeah.
And we talked about the Ryan season, the New Orleans season.
Yes, I think we did.
You guys did it first, and that's how we got into this.
I think
January.
you came in late in the season of the Ryan season.
Of the Ryan New Orleans season.
I don't think you were with us on the Ryan season, because I think we went full in with Paige and them. That was our first season, I think.
That was last year.
You're right, Shahida. You're right.
Was that last year?
That was last year.
Right?
Paige and Chris.
And Chris.
Yep.
Yeah.
Paige and Chris was the same as Merla, right? That same.
Okay, so we did 3 seasons together. So
that's
Paige
what I'm
and Chris
saying.
Atlanta, and then we did
Merla and Gil, and
that was in West in Texas. That was in Texas, and
that was Houston, and
Ryan was in Houston.
Ryan was in Houston.
Oh, with
the redhead.
Right? Yeah. Okay, I was just trying to
Brett.
think I was like, how many seasons have we all done? Like, damn.
So we've done 3.
Let's go 90 Day.
Go ahead, Tanya. You started off since you watched it.
Oh, did we all not watch it?
I watched it.
I watched bits and pieces.
All right, so I have copious amounts of notes on this one.
Oh, damn, good.
Here's my thing. The first thing that I want to say, I'm not even going to look at my notes.
Which couple are you going to go with first?
I'm not going with any couple. I'm just going with my friggin' opinion here. Is women, men, period. The desperation is just sickening here with people that are so obviously so desperate to have someone in their life that they're willing to take anybody. Because I'm saying to myself, I might be a little bit desperate or a little bit like feeling myself to want somebody in my life, but I'm not bringing someone into my life in this country when I don't know their culture. I don't understand.
You wouldn't do it regardless.
What?
You wouldn't bring someone from another city.
I know. Thank you, brother.
So,
I love you.
But I mean, you got to be a rare breed of person.
Laughing at me right now, but I'm saying
no. I'm saying you have to be a rare breed of person even to do this and to do this show.
Right. But here's the thing: why would you bring someone here from another country like Africa, Egypt? Because let's just call a spade a spade. America, Egypt is in Africa. I'm tired of having these conversations with people that they're like, oh, Egypt is the Middle East. No, Egypt is in Africa. He's a black man, but he's a Muslim man. And Africa is a whole ass goddamn continent. It's not a fucking state with cities in it. But anyway, I digress. Okay. But what I don't understand is how anybody is willing to bring these people here and not know their culture to the point where now we're having this conversation. We're having this argument of, i.e. Eve and Muhammad with the bidet. The bidet and the fact that she goes out with her friends and her friends show up with their tits all hanging out and he's obviously uncomfortable and she doesn't give a fucking rat's ass about it. As that's your man. Like if that was my man, I'd have to have a conversation with my girls. If I really wanted to be in this relationship with my man, I'd have to have a conversation and be like, bitches, don't come out with your tits all hanging out. Just have some respect, some basic respect. But yeah, No.
For that though, I get what you're saying. But to me, and the way I'm viewing it, it's all on him. You chose an American Christian woman. She didn't say she never said she was converting. She never, signed up for your lifestyle.
But did she?
No, she didn't. She said,
no, because he said to her when they were having that argument, he was like, you told me you would change. Yeah. Why would he say that? Why would he say that if I just feel like
You're right.
I just feel like
still blame him.
Told him what he wanted to hear because she was so desperate to have a man. Here again lies the issue. Why would you be? Are you that women? Why would you be so desperate to have a man that you'd be willing to tell him what he wants to hear, and then when he gets here, now you're flipping the script because Muhammad was very adamant with her, even though his voice is just excruciating.
It's still on him. He knows. Well, maybe he doesn't because I don't understand why these Muslim men in these foreign countries think that they can marry American women and expect American women to, one, know everything about your culture, and two, subject themselves to your brand of Islam. I couldn't even date a foreign man from another country because I know there are expectations. What, Chris? You like
because she's 47 and she can't get a 25-year-old man in the States. So she has to go outside the country to find someone who's going to do her the way she wants to get done with the body and with the haircut and everything, even though he talks very weird. That's the only way she's going to get someone like that.
But she knows she's not going to keep him either.
But she's dictified. She's like hypnotized by the dick.
She is.
Yes, she is. Dignitized.
And
you will do dignitized. You will do move a man here who's 20 years younger than you to take care of your autistic child. That's how much she's ridiculous. There's so many things wrong with it. We can't even have a regular conversation about it because it's like, really? That's what Tanya would say. Really? So we can't. You can't. To me, it's not even almost worth talking about.
No, you're right.
That one is like, come on. That's not.
Tanya, you're right. You're 100% right. I'm just mad. I feel I'm just more mad at him. You wanted to come to America.
No, he's got an opportunity
to come to America. Flow with it then. You just wanted to come to America. Flow with it then.
Basically, like fucking Binyam or whatever his name is, Binyam or whatever his name was, Ari. He made it perfectly clear why he's here. He loves her, but he's here for his child. But at the end of the day, he wants his green card. Period. End of story.
All right, who's next?
Oh, child. Can we talk about friggin' fat ass Emily and Kobe? Oh, somebody needs to go to Salinas, Kansas and rescue fucking Kobe. For real though. And rescue that baby.
Kobe.
She showed her ass.
First of all, can we just, am I remiss in the fact I was watching it and I was like, in the house, that whole white ass house in the middle America. I'm like, what's with all those big ass portraits of Black people? Like that black art on the walls in the house. Did you see it? I saw it.
No, I gotta watch that. I didn't see that.
Well, you gotta watch it again.
I did. I saw it.
There are fucking like 3 to 4 big ass portraits in the house of like Black people.
Underwear models, Black underwear models.
No, it's like watercolor art, and it's like a woman with a big afro, and then there's another Black woman, and there's another Black man, and I'm like, these white people don't have this shit in their house in the middle America. Get the fuck out of here. They just did that fucking Kobe. But listen to me when I say, oh, wait, I got to get my notes because I was taking a.
First of all, Emily, there's so many things. First of all, Kobe, you know, I don't know. That's not going to work. I don't think there's so many things about it. It's like he's trying to raise his son. He has no say in raising his son.
None.
He really doesn't. They won't let him. They're worried that we'll let you take care of him for the afternoon. It's my son. I'd be like, let you take care of my son, because Emily is like, I want him raised this way, and this is the way he's going to be raised, because I had him for 17 months. He came out of me, and he wasn't here. So he's going to raise him. I'm going to raise him the way that I want him. That's.
And you know what? At the end of the day, it's gonna be her way, because she's holding all the cards, and she's like, dance, motherfucker. And he's either gonna have to get his green card, and stay with her until he can divorce her. But even then,
his new name is Mr. Bojangles.
Basically,
that's exactly it. She has all the power. He has none. And she's using it, and she's totally trying to take all his manhood, and the family as well. They're all co-signing on all of it, and so he's not going to get any power until he's able to support himself, have a job, move out, and get visitation.
And when is that going to happen?
That is not going to happen
for a long ass time. And after 9. Do you think they're going to actually get married after 90 days?
No. Listen, he's not going to have the power ever. Period. End of story.
The only reason I
love the fact that he is speaking up for himself. And he's like, that is my son. Like, you don't have to watch me. I'm dealing with my son. Now, the one thing that I kind of was like, ooh, was when he was like, this is son, I'm going to teach you, I'm going to give you something from our culture, our African culture. And he was going to feed his son them peanuts. I didn't give a shit if he fed the son the peanuts. But here's my thing. As a mother with your son, and you have a child with this man, and I walked in, Emily did it all wrong with him. Emily when Emily walked in and he was like, I want to give my son my culture.
Right.
My culture. I want to feed him these peanuts. It's like peanut butter, but they're like whole nuts. Okay. You don't know that your son has an allergy. So I would have been like, okay, I might have been, because as an American Black woman, I might have been like, oh God, I don't want my son to swallow a whole nut. But I would have sat with him as the father of my son. I would have sat with him and said, let's do this together. There's a way she could have went around it, as opposed to where she was like, you can't give him that. He's a child. He's a baby. That's terrible. And he's like, I just want to give my son some of my culture. She went about it the whole wrong way. I would have been like, I'm a little, I might be a little about this, but you know what? Let's sit down with the child. You feed the child the nut, and we'll sit here together, and let's do it together as a family.
What percentage of Africans do you think have allergies? Just curious.
None.
Exactly.
That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying.
Some white,
if I was here,
middle America, white allergy. He may have a peanut allergy. I'd be like, I don't care. He's my son. He's going to have.
That's right. But that's how it is. And as a healthcare professional, as a nurse, I look at it like peanut allergies or any food allergies. The only way to circumvent the allergies is to feed them bits and pieces of the actual thing that they're allergic to. And their body builds up immune systems to that. So, or antibodies to that. So, but for me, I would have been like, come on, boo, let's sit down with the child and let's feed the child certain things.
But she doesn't respect him.
Of course she doesn't.
She doesn't
And
respect him.
her mother is the absolute worst. That whole family, that is a household full of fucking what is it? Was it what is it called?
Insurrectionists.
I was going to say resurrectionists. Insurrectionists. That's a house of insurrectionists. When Kobe was like, he's my son, I want to do this. And her mother was like, no. Like she screamed it. She's like, no, that's not how this, no. And I was like, bitch, fucking play your position, bitch. Sit your ass down.
They're gonna really mess him up because he's not gonna have any. He's not going to, when his father goes, he's not gonna have any identity of who he is outside of being Caucasian, and he's gonna have issues when he goes to school because he doesn't. I mean, he's gonna see himself as whoever they are, but other people are gonna other him.
Yep.
Other him. He's going to have a lot of issues if that man is not able to have something to do within his life. And I really don't think, I do think that they're going to get married in the end, but I don't think it will last very long and he'll be gone.
I don't think.
And when she leaves him, she's going to be brutal about it. She's going to be real because she's already nasty. So she's going to be really nasty when it's all over.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if
I'm gonna put it out there. I'm sorry, women of America, but at the end of the day, as a woman,
what is that?
Sammy Davis. That's Sammy Davis Jr., right?
Oh,
yes, it is.
Oh, Mr. Bojangles.
Mr. Bojangles.
There you go.
I feel bad for the man.
Mr. Bojangles. Oh
All I'm saying is,
dance.
Here's the thing. I don't think that he's going to marry her.
I think he will.
He doesn't want to stay.
Better opportunities in the States.
No. I don't like it.
What's he going to do? Go back to Africa and do what? Go back to China and do what?
I think he would be better in China or Africa than he
without
is
his
in
son?
Kansas.
He loves that son, though. You can see that he loves that son, and he will do whatever he
his son
to be with that son. He's not going to go anywhere. He's going to stay there. He's going to fight. He's going to get married, and then once he gets married, he's going to have a little more power, and hopefully he can get a job. Calvin Klein, being an underwear model, something jockey.
No,
sure.
Neither one of them.
Why are you doing that to that man? Why are you doing that to that man?
Neither one of them is going to be models of anything because we all saw the pictures, the before pictures of when Emily was there and when he was in China, when Emily was in China, and the both of them were very slim, very sexy little models. Yeah, the both of them got issues. I mean, Emily is just fat.
She was never slim.
I mean, he looked
Talbots.
good. No, wait. She looked
Talbots.
okay. He looked good. She looked okay. He looked good in his draws. But the way that them two look now, with Emily with her fat ass and Kobe with his fat ass, yeah, no, we're good.
Before he left China, what was he doing?
He was teaching there in China.
Okay, because I was trying to figure that out. Like, what was he doing before he left?
What else we got? Oh, can we talk about the Venezuelan dude and the white chick? I do not like her at all. And he seems to be more mature than she is.
Kara the Karen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He's 23. Oh, 25. And she's like 20.
Oh, he's 23.
He's 23.
23. And she's
29.
29 or 28.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to control him too.
He's a psycho.
And he's like, He's like, go ahead.
I will be surprised if they get married.
Oh yeah, there's no way.
I don't think that
Did y'all see the episode, the latest episode when she went to her 10-year reunion, high school reunion, and her boyfriend, the rapper, and I was like, what is with this wigger? Like, he's sitting there, he's like, when they show the old pictures of when they dated, and I was like, okay, I get that. And now present day, and he's like, he's doing the most. He's like, oh, she controlling, huh? Oh, you need to tell her now. No. And he was getting it. I was like, I can't with this motherfucker.
Yeah, it was kind of ugly.
I can't with him. Guillermo.
And she talks down to him too.
And the fact that she let him. First of all, here was my biggest problem with that. Was her ex-boyfriend came and sat across from her. And the two of them were talking. And there's Guillermo at the other table, looking at her, watching what was going down. As a woman, if I'm an engaged woman, fuck the engagement. If I'm in a relationship with you and I take you to my high school reunion or college reunion or any fucking reunion, family event, and you're sitting across over there and then some man comes to talk to me, I'm immediately going to make eye contact with you and be like, come over here, boo. I never want to put my man in a position to feel like he's like, what's going on over there with my girl and whoever the fuck she's talking to, whether it be an ex, a friend, a cousin, a brother, a daddy, whatever the fuck. He don't know no better. And she sat there and was sitting there like, oh, okay, and then all of a sudden he gets up. She's like, oh, come on over here. And then the fact that the ex-boyfriend was like, oh, do you know about this? And she's like, oh, tell him. Why the fuck would you do that?
It just felt like not real. Because
It did.
Who does that?
I don't do that. First of all, I don't talk about my past. If I want to date you, and if you want to date me, you're going to date me because of me. We're not talking about your past or my past. Mm-hmm. The conversation might come up and we might have like basic conversation about it, but I'm not going full on head in with the shit.
And definitely not at my high school reunion with my ex-boyfriend. And that was like how many years ago? That was 10 years ago. That's not even relevant anymore.
Right. Child, we've been out of high school over 35 years. And I'm like, I don't want to even have a conversation of college shit, let alone high school shit. If you want to know about my past, ask me. I don't want to have that shit come up when I bring you to a reunion. If you want to know everything about me, ask me and you one-on-one in the house talking shit. And
why is she interested in him in the first place?
She wants a fucking slave. That's what she wants. She got his ass and she's making him her fucking handyman. When he did those balloons for her and he said to her, that bitch is fucking diabolical. He did those balloons with her and then he's got the kindness of himself like, oh, the extra balloons that ain't going to be used. Let's take them to kids in the street. And she's like, what? Let's just bust him. He's like, no. And he's gathering them, and she's got her stick out there. She's like, pop, pop, pop. That bitch is fucking diabolical. That bitch, no. She wants him because she knows that she can get away with the shit that she says to him and the shit that she does to him. She ain't getting away with that with an American man. Black, white, or indifferent.
Yes, she will.
Yeah, she get away with an American man, but but because she has him, he's young, and she has him. She has much more control. What about South Dakota?
Oh, please.
You don't have no notes?
Oh, I got notes, but I can't even talk about it because here's the thing. I will always be on the side, and I know that people are not going to agree with me, but I will always be on the side. Say what you will about his mother, Jabril's mother. I will always be on the side of Jabril's mother. For the simple simple fact.
Jabri. Don't say Jabril.
Oh, Jabril. I'm sorry, Jabril. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about Jabril, my boo thing. I'm sorry. Not sorry.
Jabril's mom
I said sorry. I said
dope.
Jabri, not Jabril. Sorry, not sorry. Hey, Jabril. Hey, boo. Anyway, I will always be on the side of Jabri's mother because at the end of the day,
I do not like her.
I know you don't.
Oof,
I don't like her. Don't get me wrong. I don't like her. But at the end of the day, that is her house. And your son, you need to check your fucking son, ma'am. Because I'll be damned if I have my house with my child and they fucking import their significant other over here and your broke ass can't afford to, get an apartment or a house with you and your bitch. And now you're going to live under my roof? Oh, my roof, my rules. I don't give a fuck who you are. My roof, my rules. If you don't want to deal with that, get the fuck out. And Jabri is bringing his mother all that attitude. And I'm like, oh, no. You wouldn't survive a second in my house. Now, having said that, I will say this. I think that Jabri's mother was kind of on the fact, like, oh, that shit was kind of fucking foul when she was talking to Mione about her wardrobe in South Dakota. And she's like, when Mione's trying to do her laundry and she's pulling out these little titty, pasty things, whatever, outfits. And Jabri's mother was like, oh, I don't think that's going to work here. You got to figure out. I get where his mother was coming from, but at the same time, that child is a grown-ass adult. I'm not going to tell that bitch how to dress or how to act. I will say this. You can dress how the fuck you want to dress. You can act how the hell you want to act, but you're under my roof. You can dress that way under my roof, but you're not going to act this way. You can act how the fuck you want to act under my roof. Let me correct myself. But I got rules. I have rules. I want you to clean up after yourself. I'm not going to come home and make your asses dinner every night after I'm working all fucking day and you're sitting in your room fucking doing makeup videos on TikTok. Nah, that's not how this works. You got to earn your keep, bitch. And son, you got to earn your keep. And the fact that Jabri is always giving attitude to his mother, oh, I'd have punched that motherfucker right in the throat. I'm done.
I agree up to a point. I just feel like I think I said it with the clothes thing or whatever. I agree that if there are other men in the house, you don't need to be half naked in the house. Put some clothes on. I say that whether you are visiting or whether you live in my house permanently, other people in the house, put some clothes on.
Yes.
I just do not. I feel like you said, all of this conversation should have been had with her son.
Thank you.
I feel her, you feel some type of way. He brought somebody in and now you have to seem like you have to take care of not just him, but somebody else that he brought. That's on you, boo. That's on you. So having her come and you said yes, be civil, be polite, if you didn't want her in her house and all you wanted to do was give speeches about this is my house and if you don't like it, get the fuck out, then you should not have had her come. That's on her.
And that is why my ass, I don't have no kids, but that is why my ass would never be on a show like that. Because I have a feeling that, like all these other reality shows, that it's scripted and that they're like, okay, mama, we'll cut you some slack and give you a little something for you to let your son bring this girl to your home.
And those braids, please take them fucking braids out. I hate them. I know she's mixed, and I know she can wear them because of her half black side, but it rubs me the wrong way.
Yes, yeah. The braids are bad, and her glasses are bad. Her whole makeup is bad. But again,
He's clueless.
it's
He's
fucking
clueless,
Rapid
though.
City, South Dakota. Where the fuck did you think she was gonna fucking be? You think she ain't in Detroit? She ain't in Chicago? She ain't in LA, New York, or here? Jesus Christ. She's doing the best that she can as a black woman, half black woman, in fucking Rapid City, South Dakota. Shit. I've been to Rapid City, and I already know that shit ain't shit. I've been to the Dakotas. South
Do you
Dakota,
think that she'll stay
South
with him?
Dakota and North Dakota, and I say I can guarantee you, I was the blackest, I was the darkest black woman, blackest person in both of the Dakotas, and I couldn't wait to get the fuck out of there.
Chris, why don't you think that she'll stay with she?
Because she's not getting what she wants. She wants to be in a big city with some big thing. I think she may find someone else or figure out another way to get it, or
I'm hoping she figures out another way to get it. But the only reason I see her staying with him is because he's so willing, other than like actually leaving. I think that once she says, I don't want this and I'm going to leave, I think he'll move heaven and earth to get her out of that.
He doesn't have the capabilities. That's the problem. He's just talking. He doesn't have the capability. He thinks his music career is going to jump off. Come on, man.
But if he hasn't prepared for her, she doesn't even want him to do that.
If he hasn't prepared for her before she got there, with money, this and the other, I'm gonna live in my house for the next how long have they been dating? 6 months, whatever, a year, whatever. If he lived at the house and stayed there and saved his money, and when she comes over, they're there for a month and a half or whatever, and he has enough money, and then they move out. That's one thing. He didn't do nothing. He wants to stay in South Dakota.
Yeah, he wants to stay about it. Like he's adamant about it. We can do that here.
I think he was scarred when he lived in LA. He realized
he's not going to be a superstar.
That's what it is. I mean, he was scarred. He felt like, in his little town, he might be something. But he doesn't even sound as good as Steve did in Boston.
No, you're right on.
So that. I don't see it. So I don't see him really leaving unless she wants. She's not gonna stay.
Glamorous life. They won't be the man. She wants all of that. She wants the big city. She wants a beach wedding. She wants a beach wedding. She ain't gonna get a beach wedding in South Dakota.
She is well within her right to have that expectation, because she said to him in that last episode, I gave up everything. She left her family. She left her country. She quit her job because Jabri wanted her there and she wanted to come. He dangled the carrot and was like, I'm going to do all this for you, boo, because that's how men are. Sorry, Chris, but people are diabolical. I'm not going to say men.
I ain't dangling shit.
People are diabolical. They will dangle the carrot. He dangled the carrot.
There's no carrot, though. He get those little baby carrot, the things you get in the big thing that already peeled.
A baby carrot to her is like a fucking gazillion dollars. She's willing to leave Serbia and her whole family and her job and everything to come here to be with him, and he's not even trying to give her the basics. All that bitch wants is a beach wedding, and he can't even what is it?
He can't give her a wedding
with her on that.
He can't even give her a wedding because he had no money.
I know, but here's the thing: he can't give her a wedding, period. But he can afford to fucking fly to Chicago. To get this song shit going on with his band. I don't understand that. And he's expecting her to go with him and support him and be friends with David, his best friend. That's from Serbia too. Let's not get that shit twisted. He's from Serbia and he hates fucking, apparently Mione is the Yoko Ono of this group. And so he's like, I need you. First of all, if I'm your woman and I have an issue with your friend, you as a man have to take it up with your friend. You will never come to me and say, you need to make peace with my friend or friends. No, motherfucker. you need to talk to your friends and you need to tell them that they need to fucking show me some respect as your woman. Because I will show them the respect. Because Mione was right when she's like, I will give him what he gives me. And Jabri was not having it. She's like, I will give him what he gives me. If he shows me disrespect, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry to you that I might go off on him and give him the same disrespect. Jabri, as a man, you need to handle your people. Fuck
He
that.
can't handle shit. He can't handle himself.
He
can't handle his mother.
Then why the fuck did you bring that bitch over here?
Exactly.
He wanted some in-house.
Yep. Basically, and he was hoping that just being in America was good enough for her. And
that's what he was hoping.
And that's not the way that this works now. Listen, the 90-day fiance 10 years ago, we could do that. They could do that. Not today. These women know their worth and they know what's going on. Shit, you might as well stick your guns here.
Texas. What's
Oh my goodness gracious! Hold on. Let me get the list down.
No, Texas.
No,
Brazilian.
The Brazilian girl.
We get to go to now. Do we really want to go? Do we want to start with them, or do we want to go to fucking Shaida and Bilal?
Okay, go ahead. I hate him, so go ahead.
I can't stand him.
He's hard.
And I'm going to bring up my notes. So hold on.
And this is going back a week though.
No,
when he told her he was going to kick her out the car and she should have left him then.
Yeah.
She should have left him then. There's no way that somebody gets you to another country and mistreats you as much as he has mistreated her at the mosque. That was horrible. You don't know anybody. Go ahead, Tanya. He's just horrible. I can't imagine treating somebody like that in my house.
I'm going to try to be very sensitive, Shahida, because, it is what it is. I'm going to be very sensitive. Here's my thing, is as a Muslim religious man.
He's full of shit.
Thank you. But what I'm saying is, how the fuck are you going to bring your woman into
his wife? Because remember, he married her.
Oh, they had what's it called again?
Oh, I forget the word, but supposedly they have the religious wedding, and it's more important than the actual wedding. So why are you not treating her like that?
Fucking table. They had their little fight. All right, when she popped him in the head, and he's like, "I can pull this car over right now, and you can get out and take an Uber, whatever." All right. Then they went to the mosque, right? And I'm like, here's why I don't deal with religion of any kind, period. Because I don't like the fucking fuckery of it. He brought her to the mosque. He's feeling some sort of way. But as a religious Muslim man, like, how you going to bring your woman there that I am not walking into a place of worship with my man if we're having issues. We're going to fucking hash it out. We're going to hash it out and get over it and then go in there and it's done. If not, I'm not walking into a place of worship. That's the respect that I have of places of worship, regardless of the denomination or the religion. But he walked into that mosque with her, left her. She was fending for herself, talking to the other women in the mosque. He's over there with his son, praying or doing, I shouldn't say praying, but whatever it is that they do in the mosque. And walks by her and keeps it moving as she's sitting there like, I'm here and you're my man and hey baby. And he walks right by her with his ignorant attitude ass and walks out the mosque and goes back to his car. See, again, that's why I don't fucking condone on this whole religion thing. That's a fucking farce.
That actually has nothing to do with religion and just has more to do with who he is and what his value system is, because we've seen 10 times worse than him. And
yeah, but
doesn't
again,
come into
you're
play.
on national fucking TV as a Muslim man. You're showing your whole natural ass with her. Like, I'm
It's
sorry.
just like anybody else showing their whole
I
ass.
know, but at the end of the day, you want us. I can't even talk.
The thing with Bilal is just my problem, like what he did, how he treated her at that mosque. Again, this is a foreign person in a foreign country. You should be trying to make her feel as comfortable as possible. First of all, you can dish out jokes, but you can't take any fucking jokes.
Classic.
Like Chris has said at the beginning, if he had just pulled up to the house and said, "We're here," and he'd be like, "Ha ha ha," that's a joke. What he did, the whole sleep, that's not a joke. And so when she does a little pat you on the head, which was very playful, sir, very playful, all of a sudden you get it. We don't play like that. You don't know how I grew up. And these are things that are like, a sign of disrespect. No, this is a sign that you're a punk ass little bitch and you have to control every single thing. So when he said, "You don't think I will pull this car over?" She's not a child. She's not a child. Who are you trying to reprimand her like she's some little child? And again, and she even said it, "I am tired of these lectures from you."
Right.
So he thinks he's better than you. Pulled up and did that to her. And she's a little concerned because he really pulled over and stopped that car. And she was very concerned that he was going to put her out the car. At that moment, sis, you needed to say, this man, if he says he loves me, he don't like me, he don't respect me, he's not man enough to want to protect me, because no man that loves you, respects you, and wants to protect you is going to pull over the side of the road and say, "You can get out."
Thank you. Nope. No.
He is not a man.
He's really taking advantage of her. That's the thing.
There you go.
He's really taking advantage of the fact that she is from a different country. Because if she had family here, that wouldn't be happening. Or if she was, he's really taking advantage of the fact that she's in a vulnerable position, and he's the worst.
He is
the absolute worst. And the fact that I don't even know how to say this without being inappropriate.
Go ahead, girl.
No, I don't want to. No.
We won't be offended.
He's a very here's the thing.
He is something that
he is an insecure. I'm taking this personal right now because I don't like insecure men. Period. You can have a little insecurity as far as like your job, shit like that. But what you ain't gonna do is be that insecure that you are going to be condescending to me about that. I don't give a fuck about your life. I don't give a fuck what you do. I don't give a fuck what you bringing in. But your insecurities you're not going to put that shit on me. And he puts that shit on her on a regular. He is the most. And I was watching the last episode when they went to the gondola, and he was looking at her, and they were talking, and I was watching his face. I was observing his face. He is a very, 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 very insecure human being. He wants her to fucking lap his shit up and fucking worship him, and that's just not going to happen. She might, because all she wants is to be a mother and be a wife. Be a mother and a wife and have her babies. Her main thing is having babies. So she might stick with him. She might stick with all that fuckery because she wants to have them babies. And now she's been privy to the house and all the money. She might be like, okay, I'll suck up some shit. But
she's not going to get that back in Trinidad either.
Huh?
she's not going to get all that in Trinidad either.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
She's
She'll
going
suck
to
it up.
she's dealing with it. She's
Right.
dealing with it.
She'll suck it up and
So-
take it because she ain't gonna get that life in Trinidad. And she's here and she loves that house and she loves that lifestyle. She'll suck it up. But why should you? Period. That's all I'm saying.
So what I read on the internet, and I'm hoping it's not true, that there has already that someone said, well, you can already look up and see their marriage license in their state. And I was like, oh shit, I don't want to do that. That she married him, and then she did post something on her Twitter about we are so used to seeing insecure, unprofessional, not successful Black men in America. This is what she says on her Twitter. And when you see somebody that has those things and you start to label them a narcissist, she said, he will do anything for me. I know that he will take care of me. So this is what she said. So I'm reading that Twitter and I'll send it to you guys. And I'm just like, well, you know what, sis? If you don't give a fuck how he treats you, I don't either.
That's right.
Because I don't care how you try and put fancy words to it or what. Yeah, we know what Black men are. We know what they go through, but we know that your Black man is an inconsiderate, nasty mofo. Period.
She got a beautifully wrapped gift. Oh my God, it's shit. Oh, that's a wonderful. I love this gift. Thank you. You put a bow on it and everything. Oh, ooh, it stinks too. It's nice.
That's exactly who he is.
And that's who he is. He will wrap a fucking heat loaf in a box with a fucking ribbon on it, and he will look at her and expect her to fucking suck his dick with appreciation over that shit. I don't like that. He is a fucking nasty mother. He is. Like I've said from the rip, after Married at First Sight, I have said I didn't think that I could like anybody less. I didn't think I could not like anybody more than Olajuwon.
You mean dislike anybody more?
Dislike. Anybody more than Olajuwon. Olajuwon, give me Olajuwon right now. Olajuwon could come knock on my door right now and be like, come on, baby. Come on, let me cuddle you. Because Bilal is the both of them are the fucking worst. But Bilal is,
I think, is worse. He's perfected it.
Absolute worst.
He's perfected his game.
Olajuwon. And the fact that her family, I'm looking at her, and I'm looking at this woman who is a beautiful woman with a fucking her head wrap on, her face on. All you're seeing is this, and she is gorgeous. And I'm like, why are you with him?
Because he's American and he has money. And when he went down there, she didn't see the fuckery. Because the reason look, Tony, wait. He went down there on vacation, charmed her, and then got her back to where he could be in control. And now he showed his true dick self.
Because she even said he did not. She said, this Bilal that I'm seeing is not the one that was in Trinidad.
That's exactly right. Even her family. He fucking perpetrated a fraud. Well, not really. He went down there showing his true ass with his money and his,
But he probably was nice and polite, and that's what he's not. He's not a caretaking type person. He's selfish.
He's so selfish. And he knows that she wants to have children, and he's withholding that.
With fucking around with
that. I don't like that. Listen, bro, you can have 100 kids. You want to date this woman or marry this woman that's like obviously so much younger than you. She is well within her right to want to have a child or children. You can't negotiate that with. There's no negotiation there with her. If you're willing to have children with her, great. If you're not, let her ass go. Tell her no, I don't want children, and let her ass go.
I don't know. He may give her a child, but I think that he knows that he has her in his palm so hard. I don't think there's a lot. I mean, I'm only going from that damn Twitter post. That Instagram post that she did. If that was her, because if that was her, she is in it 100%. That all he has to do, he can fuck up, do a nice thing. Okay, it's okay. Fuck up. Do a nice thing. All he has to do is just dole out a little bit of kindness every once in a while, and she'll accept it right now.
She's stuck.
She don't have to be. That woman is gorgeous. She could have any man.
She is so gorgeous. She can have any man.
And she goes to the mosque. She can pick somebody's husband and say, "I want that one."
That's right, Shahida. You better talk.
And that man will leave his wife and family for her. I have no doubt.
And she does. Listen, I watch her and I'm like, I hate on her because I'm like, I try to do a good mad wing eye with my eyeliner.
One time it was slamming.
I did it good once, twice, maybe twice.
I still been trying.
Listen, that bitch gets a good wing eye. Her wing eye and her lip liner, and I'm sitting here like, ooh, go ahead, girl. Shit, bitch, go ahead. I'm a hater.
That's when I understood what real sexuality was. I was probably about maybe 11, and then I was in the masjid, and this woman, Amina, used to come in. Now I'm young. She's fully dressed all the time. Her clothes don't even, hug her body. So they were loose. She's in hijab. And that was the sexiest woman I've ever seen in my entire life to this day. Because she could just saunter into a room and your husband is paying. I've never seen anything like that from a person fully just like that.
Right.
She stole quite a few husbands.
I ain't mad at that.
The women hated her, but I was like in awe.
You were sitting there like
I wasn't even cool enough for that yet. I was just like,
is that it? Is that everybody? The Brazilian and the Houston dude with the brother.
Yeah.
Over them.
Yeah, but they weren't on that episode, so we're not going to talk about them.
And who else? Is that it? Is that everybody?
I think that was it. Yeah, that was it. That wasn't on the episode, the latest episode. So, all I'm gonna say is before we log off, have y'all watched Legendary on HBO Max?
You said that. I haven't seen it.
Oh my God, you guys have to watch Legendary on HBO Max. Oh, all right, because it is all right.
It's a competition show.
It's okay. In honor of Gay Pride Month, I didn't know that there was a show on HBO Max called Legendary. A friend of mine from the old school days when we used to work as nurses in the hospital, and he's a gay man and was in that whole Paris is Burning, the ballroom scene before Pose and all that shit was out there. He was like, girl, there's a show on HBO Max.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you were lying.
And I'm like, what? He's like, remember when we would be at the clubs with the ballroom scene in Boston? I'm like, yes. He's like, it's a whole ballroom scene competition. And when I tell you this shit is on point. And Chris, I know that your sister was just on a show. Yeah, Queens of the Universe, where they sing. Like they're drag queens that sing. They're like
Did y'all watch that?
I haven't watched it yet.
I watched it.
I'm saying, listen, watch Legendary on HBO Max first.
Oh yeah, this one was on it.
You'll be up like, It's got the houses and everything. Remember back in the day with Paris is Burning and all the shit where they where they have like the house of Balenciaga, the house of
wrap it up. I gotta go.
All right. I'm sorry, you gotta go to the street.
Hello. June 3rd, Disney Plus, Hollywood Stargirl.
Go ahead, Chris.
Tomorrow. premieres tomorrow on Disney Plus. Hollywood Stargirl. It's
Okay.
really,
Disney
really
is
cute.
kicking
It's
ass right
really
now.
good. I mean, it's a good film. It's not like a Disney Plus film. It's just a really beautiful film. I really enjoyed it. It'll tug on your heartstrings.
So is it out at midnight or?
Tomorrow. Yeah, I
And
imagine. Yeah.
our baby boy over here, Chris Williams, is starring in it, and we love
I'm
him.
not
You didn't
starring
say
in it.
that
I'm
part.
in it.
You're in it, but you're starring in it, as far as I'm concerned.
As far as we're concerned, you star in it.
Okay.
That's the only reason we're
everybody
watching.
Stargirl on Disney Plus
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
And let's
Anything
wish
else?
the Celtics luck
Chris?
tonight.
Anything else?
Go Celtics.
Okay. All
All
right.
right.
I'll see you guys
Bye.
next week.
All right, hold on. Love you guys.
Mr. Bojangles.
Dan.